Would you take a look at that, ladies and gentlemen? The stock market is up yet again, and we got to break it down this video. We have to go over the markets in general, stocks I'm liking, 3 in particular, and of course, we got to break down a bunch of charts. But before we do, make sure to get your free money from Moomoo. You get 1 free share of NEO guaranteed, which, by the way, that literally runs down in 2 days, so get your free share of NEO. And on top of that, you get 5 other stocks, each of which could be valued up to $3,500. When I tell you guys this is free money, I'm not kidding. It's free money. Just use that link down below, deposit at least $100, and boom, you get your free money. And with that being said, let's dive into the video. So check this out, guys. It's about 1 p.m. on the East Coast right now, and everything in terms of the 4 major indexes here in the United States, everything is green. We have the S&P 500 up 0.5%, the Dow's up 0.3%, the Nasdaq's up 0.9%, and we have the Russell up a whopping 1.7%. We have the VIX down 2%, back under 20, which is nuts. And we have silver down 1.7%, gold is down 1.3%, and last I checked, crypto was pretty flat. Bitcoin was down. I think Ethereum might have been up a little bit. Let me take a look here. I think Ethereum is up about, let's see here, it says 1.5%. Actually, about 1.6% in the green for Ethereum when I am filming this video. But who cares about crypto? Who cares about the metals, the VIX, when the overall markets are up? The stock market, that is. It's a great day out there, right? Even though, again, we have crypto down a little bit, silver, gold. But again, guys, who gives a crap when the overall market in general here in the United States is up a lot today? So let's talk about what's going on. Take a look. Again, all the indexes are up. SPY's up about 0.5% today, and look at where it's trading. It's at 458. We filled the entire gap to that double top resistance, which we've talked about many times from February. If you guys remember, we hit 458 twice in February, and I mentioned to you guys many times over the past week or two, if SPY were to break out a 448, the next level that I was seeing it go to was 458. And lo and behold, here we are. Fast forward a couple of days, exactly that happened. In fact, we are now breaking out of 448, or 458 rather, excuse me, guys. And earlier in the day, we got all the way to almost $462 a share. So what that's showing me is, and what this intraday chart is showing me in general is, we clearly got buying pressure out of 458, clearly, right? We broke out completely, and now we are slowly but surely consolidating above 458. So we cracked above it. Again, it was a resistance from February, and now you guys can see on the intraday chart, we are holding 458 as of now as support, which is fantastic. Very, very good. That's a good sign that the bulls are now trying to maybe cool off a bit and get ready for the next move, which in this case, the next major gap to fill is all the way up to 473 to 475. And no, I don't think we're going to just shoot up there in a straight line. I'm not naive, guys. I'm not a freaking moron, and I'm sure you guys aren't either. You know, the way the stock market works is it doesn't go up and away in a straight line. Sure, there could be a week or 2 weeks where we do shoot straight up, but overall, we do see a lot of mini pullbacks, cool off periods, and the fact that SPY has gone up, get this, guys, SPY's gone up, let's see here, from 415 and now almost 462. It has gone up 12% in the past, what, 13 days. The fact that it's gone up that much and we're breaking resistance after resistance is leading me to believe we got to cool off a bit. Whether it's later this week, whether it's today, I don't know, maybe next week, we have to cool off a bit before potentially making that next big move up. And who knows, maybe now that we cracked above 458, maybe we pull back down under 458. Maybe we sell off down to 450 before breaking out towards 460, 470. You know, that's possible as well. So keep that in mind. Now let's take a look at Triple Q, which tracks the Nasdaq 100. This I also called out, guys. I told you guys, look, if 356 breaks, the next gap to fill would be up to 366, 367, and if that were to break, 372 is next. And what happened today, guys? Lo and behold, we are at 367 right now. We filled that first gap, and earlier in the day, I think we were above 370. Yeah, take a look. Earlier in the day this morning, we were at almost $371 on Triple Q. So essentially, what I've been calling out the past couple of videos, 1-2 weeks, it ended up happening. It panned out. And like I said with SPY, guys, nothing goes up in a straight line. I wouldn't be surprised if we did cool off a bit right now, maybe to the low 360s, maybe mid 360s. We cooled off for a couple of days before making the next move. And let's say Triple Q broke out of 372, which, mind you, we failed there earlier today, and as of now, we are under 372. But if we broke out of that point, maybe at some point in April, maybe in May, I don't know, I'm just making things up. If we broke out, that could lead to the next big push, which the next main resistance after 372 is 378, followed by 390 bucks a share. So keep your eyes on these levels, guys. The markets are freaking on fire right now, and a lot of this is being led by the small caps, smaller companies in general. DraftKings is up 10% today. SoFi's up 8.5%. Upwork's up. Tattooed Chef's up. We have a lot of companies that are smaller in nature doing very well today, and that's usually how it goes. Whenever we have big bounce back days in the market, sure, the large caps, the mega caps, they do well, but usually the companies that do very well, that bounce back huge in a big way, are the smaller caps, which again, DraftKings, SoFi, the proof is in the pudding so far today, guys. And take a look at oil. And by the way, if you guys are finding value in this video, make sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing if you guys do want to see more content from me. That really helps me out in the YouTube algorithm. And oh, by the way, drop me a comment as well. Let me know your thoughts. So oil today, as you could imagine, considering all the 4 indexes here in the US are up, oil is down. Oil's down 3%. And overall, the bear trade today and the bear trade in general over the past, week, 2 weeks has not been doing well. Oil's down, gold's down, silver's down, VIX is now under 20. So oil, I'm going to be watching to see if it holds right around 98, 100, 102 bucks a barrel, which as of now it is. And honestly, for the bulls out there, guys, if you're just looking on this 4-hour chart, oil must hold 98 to 100 bucks, because that is the uptrending trend line after all, right? If we break under 98 a barrel into the mid 90s, low 90s, 80s, right? The uptrend in oil will be breaking at that point, and that obviously, for the bulls at least, would not be good. So let's talk about some stocks that I'm looking at very quickly. Let's bang these out right now. And again, if you guys are finding value, hit that good old like button. Ford is number 1, and I've said openly on my YouTube channel, guys, I'm always honest with you all, that Ford is one that as a long-term investment, I would love to buy it, but not at these levels. I would love to buy it anywhere from $10, $12. I would heavily consider it at $13, heck, even $14. I would consider, initiating a position. The beautiful thing about the stock market is no one's going to be like, oh, you must go all in at this level, you must go all in at that level. Sure, there's people saying that, but at the end of the day, you can do what you want, and if you have an amount of money, whether it's 1,000, 100,000, 100 million, you can scale into positions. So if it gets to 14, you can initiate a position and then go heavier as it goes down. Actually, that's kind of what I plan on doing if Ford ever does go down to 14. But obviously, based on today's price action, it's up 5%, almost $1 in the green. Ford does not look like it wants to go down to 10, 12, 13, 14 anytime soon. So I'm not looking at it at these levels as a long-term investment, guys. Honestly, I'm looking at it as a trade. Look at what's going on. We're now trading at multi-week highs. We're well above both, well, not well above, but we are starting to break out of the moving averages on the 4-hour chart here, and we could be getting a golden cross at some point later this week, especially if this green continues, because right now the 50 is very close. It's not there yet, but it's very close to crossing above the 180 SMA here on the 4-hour time frame. And on top of that, I'm noticing Ford broke out of the highs from last week, and if I pull up this 3-year chart, it's looking like the uptrend is continuing. It's very obvious that we got very overbought, very hot, whatever you want to call it, overvalued when we got to 26 bucks, and now we're down to about 15, 16, 17, which clearly shows a healthy pullback on this 3-year chart, and we're riding this 50 moving average. Look at that. The 50 SMA right now is holding. We are getting buyers stepping in, so even though I think this is overvalued fundamentally from a long-term perspective, it doesn't mean I can't trade it. So for that reason, I'm watching it. For that reason, I'm also mentioning it in this video, and if we break out of, let's say, 1850, which let me tell you guys, 1850 is a big resistance stemming back from the beginning of February all throughout February, early March. If we break that point, that is where Ford could really start taking off. The next stock I'm looking at here, which I'm sure you guys know of, it is Gamestop, GME. Gamestop is seeing a very, I don't want to say a very big pullback, but a nice little pullback today. It's kind of a little pullback considering it's gone up so much. It's down 6.7% right now, and what we're noticing on the 20-day chart, which I mentioned to you guys, we're cooling off a bit. And look at what happened happened on the 22nd of March on GameStop and on AMC. I mentioned this in my night video yesterday. If you guys missed it, well, I'm telling you guys again right now. What we noticed is that was when we saw the first big push. You guys can see here AMC went up about 30% that day on the 22nd of March, and GameStop, going back to GME, on that same day it went up 50%, over 50%. And what you notice is the day after that and the day after that, it cooled off a bit. Even though bulls were still in charge, no doubt about it, and you guys can see that on the 20-day chart here, it did cool off a little bit before running up again like crazy, which happened yesterday. So what we're seeing right now, in my opinion, is another one of those events that happened after the 22nd of March. We're cooling off a bit. We're seeing a pullback. We're retracing back. In fact, we already saw a buyer step in around the 50 moving average on this 20-day time frame. And you all can see earlier in the day, we had almost 200 bucks. We almost hit 200 bucks. We pulled back to about 165, which goes back to that 20-day 50 moving average. And that's where buyers stepped in. And now we're at 178. So if you caught the dip at 163, you'd already be up 10-12% on your position. And quite honestly, if we go back down and retest the 50 moving average, whether it be at 165, 166, I think buyers are going to bid it up again, and this could really have a shot of maybe breaking 200 or at least testing it again. So yeah, watch out for GME. Trend looks great on the 20-day chart. It's just simply pulling back, and overall it's still well within the breakout. It's clearly still breaking out. We're just pulling back a bit, which is healthy. The last one here that I'm looking at, which let me tell you guys, this is a stock that I would not invest in right now. There's no way in heck I would not invest in it, but I'm watching it as a trade because it's breaking out like crazy today. It's Lucid, ticker symbol LCID. Lucid's up over 7% when I'm filming this video, and it's actually showing, it's not exactly like Ford. I mean, Ford is, it's not seeing a golden cross yet, although Ford is breaking out of the moving averages, which I guess that is kind of similar to Lucid. So Lucid is actually getting the golden cross, unlike Ford, and like Ford, it's above the moving averages as well, and we're noticing some inverse head and shoulders action here. Let me show you guys this if you can see it. We have the left shoulder right here. We got the head right here, and do we have that right shoulder as well? Let's take a look. We got the right shoulder right there as well. So I think overall, even though I don't want to touch this as a long-term investment, as a trade, now that it's slowly breaking out, we're at multi. If we break the highs from last week at about 27.50, we're going to be at multi-week highs, and we could be breaking out. So yeah, I'm liking it as a trade, maybe up towards 30 bucks, maybe even higher than 30. And on top of that, look at it on this 3-year chart. The pullback that we saw was a healthy pullback. The overall uptrend, we held a higher low. I mean, the uptrend's holding. And now that I'm looking at this 3-year chart, we also struggled where we are now, 29, 30 bucks back in June, July of 2021. So if we break out of 30 bucks, guys, geez, this thing could catch fire quick. So I'm actually going to be watching it between 27 and 30, which is where we are now. And if we break 30, I'm going to be watching it for a move probably towards the mid-high 30s, as we've seen many breakouts occur in the past above 30 bucks for this stock. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. You know, we talked about the market, stocks, we covered oil a little bit, kind of what I'm thinking there. So if you all found value in this video, hit the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment. Make sure to check out my Patreon. Feel free to join it. Actually, now that it's the 29th, you might as well just wait till the 1st. If you guys want to join it, you might as well just wait a couple of days so you don't get double charged. And on my Patreon, you get all my buy, sells, call outs, morning videos, more access to me throughout the day. So if you want to be in touch with me and get all those perks, check it out down below. And make sure to get your free money from Moomoo. You get 1 free share of NEO guaranteed and up to 5 other stocks, each of which could be valued up to 3,500 bucks. And the clock's ticking, guys. You only have a couple days to do that. So do that. Link down below. Deposit at least 100 bucks and boom, you get your free money. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.